Hello, everybody, and welcome to the 16th Hot Wheels Race Tournament, and let's begin. First up, we have Perfect Speed versus Godzilla GT. Godzilla GT takes the lead and takes the win. Next up is Gold Dior 3 versus Twin Mill and Jenny. The winner is going to be Gold Dior 3. Next up is Highway Patrol versus D5S. And the winner is going to be Highway Patrol. Next up is Dodge Challenger Drift Car versus Mario. And the winner is going to be Dodge Challenger Drift Car. Next up is Red Dior 3 versus Track Tune. And the winner is going to be Red Dior 3. Next up is Runway Rescue versus Robo Race Robo Car. And the winner is going to be Runway Rescue. Next up is Race Bay 308 versus Rocket Box. And the winner is going to be Race Bay 308. Next up is Z-Rod versus Fast Forward WD. And the winner is going to be Z-Rod. Next up is the previous champion Honda Racer. He'll be taking on Circle Trucker. And the winner is going to be Honda Racer. Next up is Neat Streeter versus Epic Fast. And the winner is going to be Neat Streeter. Next up is Carbide versus Street Shaker. And the winner is going to be Carbide. Next up is 24 Oars versus Fiat 500C. And the winner is going to be 24 Oars. GT Hunter versus MR11. The winner is going to be GT Hunter. Next up is Quick and Sick versus Cyber Speeder. And the winner is going to be Quick and Sick. Next up is Carbonic versus Heavy Chevy. And the winner is going to be What a Race! Ooh, that was close. Man, that is very close. Wow. That is just... Woo! Man, that is very close indeed. I'm going to rerun that one. Because that is just very close. Alright. Here goes the tiebreaker. And this one is clear. Heavy Chevy takes the win. 1971 El Camino versus S5D. And the winner is going to be S5D. Next up is 31 Doozy versus Prototype H24. And the winner is going to be Prototype H24. Next up is Howlin' Heat versus Muscle Tone. And the winner is going to be Howlin' Heat. Next up is Scorcher versus Ball Stick. And the winner is going to be Scorcher. Next up is 2017 Acura NSX versus Pizza Delivery. And last time when these two versus each other, Pizza Delivery won. Can 2017 Acura NSX win this time? No, he will not. Pizza Delivery takes the win. Next up is 2019 Ford Ranger Raptor versus Chevrolet 38. And the winner is going to be 2019 Ford Ranger Raptor. Next up is Twin Mill 3 versus Amazon. And the winner is going to be Twin Mill 3. Next up is Aston Martin 1963 DB5 versus Blue Bone Shaker. And the winner is going to be Blue Bone Shaker. Next up is Spoiler Sport versus Gray Bone Shaker. And the winner is going to be Gray Bone Shaker. Next up is Torque Twister versus 1972 Ford Ranchero. And the winner is going to be Torque Twister. Next up is Orange Bone Shaker versus 2016 Lamborghini Centenario Roadster. And the winner is going to be Orange Bone Shaker. Next up is Land Crusher versus Lamborghini Orca. And the winner is going to be Land Crusher. Next up is 1968 Dodge Dart versus Red Bone Shaker. And the winner is going to be Red Bone Shaker. Next up is Bone Speeder versus Street Creeper. And the winner is going to be Bone Speeder. Next up is Screamliner versus Twinduction. And where is going to be Twinduction? Next up is Air Eruption versus Time Tracker. And the winner is going to be What a Race! I'm going to rerun that one. I'm going to rerun it because that is pretty close to call. Here goes the tiebreaker. And Time Tracker wins. And the final race of round number 1 is going to be Speedbox and Winning Formula. The winner is going to be Speedbox. Alright guys, here we are, round 2. We're going to kick things off with Gazelle GT and Gold Dior 3. And the winner is going to be Gazelle GT. Next up is Highway Patrol versus Dodge Challenger Drift Car. And the winner is going to be Highway Patrol. Next up is Red Dior 3 versus Runway Rescue. The winner is going to be Runway Rescue. Next up is Race Bay 308 versus Z-Rod. The winner is going to be Z-Rod. Next up is Honda Racer versus Neat Streeter. The winner is going to be Honda Racer. Next up is Carbide versus 24 Oars. And the winner is going to be Carbide. Next up is GT Hunter versus Quick and Sick. And the winner is going to be GT Hunter. Next up is Heavy Chevy versus S5D. And the winner is going to be S5D. Next up is Prototype H24 versus Howlin' Heat. The winner is going to be Prototype H24. Next up is Scorcher versus Pizza Delivery. And the winner is going to be Scorcher. Next up is 2019 Ford Ranger Raptor versus Twin Mill 3. The winner is going to be 2019 Ford Ranger Raptor. Next up is the Battle of the Bone Shakers. Blue versus Gray. And the winner is going to be Gray. Next up is Torque Twister versus Orange Bone Shaker. And the winner is going to be Torque Twister. Next up is Land Crusher versus Red Bone Shaker. And the winner is going to be Land Crusher. Next up is Bone Speeder versus Twinduction. And the winner is going to be Bone Speeder. And the final race of round 2 is going to be Time Tracker versus Speedbox. And the winner is going to be Time Tracker. Alright guys, here we are, round 3. We're going to kick things off with Gazelle GT and Highway Patrol. The winner is going to be Gazelle GT. Next up is Runway Rescue versus Z-Rod. And the winner is going to be Runway Rescue. Next up is Honda Racer versus Carbide. And the winner is going to be Carbide. Next up is GT Hunter versus S5D. And the winner is going to be GT Hunter. Next up is Prototype H24 versus Scorcher. And the winner is going to be Prototype H24. Next up is 2019 Ford Ranger Raptor versus Gray Bone Shaker. The winner is going to be 2019 Ford Ranger Raptor. Next up is Torque Twister versus Land Crusher. And the winner is going to be What a Race! But Torque Twister turns to the right. That's going to cost him. Land Crusher takes the win. And the final race of round number 3 is going to be Bone Speeder and Time Tracker. And the winner is going to be Bone Speeder. Alright guys, here we are with the quarterfinals. We're going to kick things off with Gazelle GT and Runway Rescue. And the winner is going to be Gazelle GT. Next up is Carbide versus GT Hunter. And the winner is going to be Carbide. Next up is Prototype H24 versus 2019 Ford Ranger Raptor. And the winner is going to be Prototype H24. And the final race of the quarterfinals is going to be Land Crusher versus Bone Speeder. And the winner is going to be Land Crusher. Alright guys, here we are with the semifinals. We have Gazelle GT, Carbide, Prototype H24, and Land Crusher. And so we're going to kick these off with Gazelle GT and Carbide. And the winner is going to be Carbide going to the finals. Who will meet Carbide in the finals? Will be Prototype H24 or Land Crusher. And it's going to be Prototype H24.
Alright guys, here we are with the finals. We have Carbide and Prototype H24. These two have never won a championship, and one of them will win their first. And who's going to win it? We'll find out now.
And the winner of Hot Wheels Race Tournament number 16 is going to be none other than Carbide!
Has done it! He has won his first championship in Hot Wheels Racing Tournament. Prototype H24 was so close. He came in second, but he was one step closer to winning his first championship. And congratulations to Carbide for winning his first championship. And I will see you guys in Hot Wheels Racing Tournament number 17. See you guys next time. Bye.